Most men over the age of 60 have no idea that every single night while they sleep, something silent, yet dangerous, is happening inside their body. It's not a thief. It's not a nightmare. It's the body entering a prolonged fasting state. And if it doesn't receive the right nutrients before bed, the body will begin to break down, not just muscle, but also the very blood vessels that support a man's circulation, vitality, and intimacy. Even if you wake up feeling fine inside, your circulation is quietly declining day by day. And once that starts happening, your confidence, your connection with your partner, and even your sense of masculinity begin to fade along with it. What's truly scary? It all happens so gradually you don't notice it until it's too late. I'm Dr. Samuel Grant, a man who's also crossed the age of 60, with over 30 years of experience working alongside men in this stage of life. I've seen the sorrow in the eyes of men who came to me, worried because they felt the connection with their partner slipping away. But I've also seen those same eyes light up again, when they finally discovered a simple truth no one had ever told them. Because the real issue here isn't just aging. It's what you're missing right before you go to bed. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal a major bedtime mistake that quietly suffocates your blood flow, the early warning signs you might have already missed, and a solution that takes just one spoonful, simple, yet incredibly powerful, that could help reverse the entire situation. No pressure, no prescriptions. Just a natural, safe, and easy-to-follow approach with surprisingly real results. And don't look away, because the very first part of this video reveals something most men never expect. Why even after 60, when you feel fine on the outside, your intimacy and blood flow may already be quietly shifting from within. But before we dive in, let me get to know you a little. Where in the world are you watching this video from? I'd be truly happy to know who I'm sharing this journey with today. Please leave a comment below and let me know. And if this is your first time visiting the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss future health insights made specifically for men over 60. Now, let's uncover the very first reason why circulation and intimacy begin to change at this stage of life. Part 1. Why circulation and intimacy quietly decline after 60. I've sat for hours with kind, respectable men in their 60s and 70s. Men who finally worked up the courage to ask the question they'd been holding back. Why does it feel different down there? At first, it starts with the small things, slightly slower response, a bit less sensitivity, and sometimes those early morning erections, they just stop showing up. Most of them blame it on stress, poor sleep, or simply say, I guess it's just age. Until one day they realize it's not coming back. And the answer, one that might surprise you, lies in a silent shift within your circulatory system. Specifically, the blood flow to your private areas, which plays a vital role in male health. After the age of 60, the arteries that once freely carried blood throughout your body start to harden. The inner lining of those blood vessels, called the endothelium, which is responsible for producing nitric oxide, a gas that helps open blood vessels and boost circulation, gradually weakens. And as nitric oxide levels drop, blood simply can't flow where it needs to, even if your mind still has the desire. To put it lightly, it's like still owning a sports car on the inside, but the fuel line is clogged. The engine's ready to roar, the tank's full, but with no blood flow, everything just sits there. And it's not just your physical function that takes the hit. This slowdown in circulation quietly chips away at your confidence, your relationship, and your inner sense of masculinity. What's worse is that most men accept it as just part of aging, without realizing that if you understand what's going on inside, it can absolutely be improved naturally and without complex medications. Here's the critical warning: this decline in circulation almost always happens silently. Yes, there are signs, but they're easy to ignore. You might already be experiencing a few of them without realizing they're connected. And once those signs become obvious, it usually means the issue has been building for months, even years, not something that just started. So how do you spot it early before it becomes harder to fix? Let's move into the next section, where I'll walk you through the subtle but important signs you should never ignore if you want to protect your circulation and reclaim your vitality. Dear friend, if you're still watching this video up to this point, I'm truly glad you care about this hidden health issue. Please drop a 1 in the comment section below just to let me know you're still with me. Part 2. The silent warning signs of declining blood flow. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of working with hundreds of male patients over 60, it's this: before the body screams, it always whispers first. Most gentlemen who come to me with issues related to intimacy or chronic fatigue, they're not experiencing problems out of the blue. The issue had been smoldering underneath for quite some time. They just didn't know where to look. Or as many of them often joke, we men don't like asking for directions, even when we're lost inside our own bodies. I still remember one patient very clearly. His name was James, 68 years old, a former construction foreman. He didn't come in for intimacy problems, he came in because he felt utterly exhausted. He told me he no longer felt alert in the morning, often had leg cramps at night, and those early morning greetings were no longer showing up. I remember him saying, "Doc, I still have fire inside me, but the engine just keeps stalling." Symptoms like that, cold feet, a gradual decline in morning sensation, needing more stimulation to respond, or having trouble focusing, aren't simply signs of aging. They're red flags from your circulatory system, especially the blood flow to the pelvic region, which is extremely sensitive to oxygen and nutrient shortage. The irony is, you may still be climbing stairs, taking walks every day thinking everything's fine. But deep inside, your blood flow might already be slowing to a crawl, and you wouldn't even notice. On top of that, we men have a certain superpower. We're really good at enduring, ignoring, and avoiding talking about personal issues. But even if you choose to overlook it, the truth remains. Your blood vessels, if not properly supported, will continue to weaken night after night. Now here's the good news. Even though a man's body can't rewind the clock, it still holds the ability to repair and regenerate blood vessels. The key is recognizing the signs early, because by the time they've become obvious, your vascular system may have already been under stress for months or even years. And here's the surprising part most men don't know. The very time when your body is supposed to heal, during sleep, is often disrupted by a very common mistake. One that the majority of men make without ever realizing it. Let's move into the next section, where I'll reveal the seemingly harmless nighttime habit that could be quietly sabotaging your circulation every single night. Part 3. The common bedtime mistake that silently wrecks circulation. One of the most frustrating things in my career is sitting across from a man who's done everything right during the day. He takes his medications, eats healthy, walks regularly. And yet he's puzzled asking me, "Doc, why do I still feel weaker every day?" And I get it, you put in all this effort throughout the day to protect your health. But you still wake up the next morning feeling sluggish, stiff, and drained. So naturally, you start to wonder, where am I still going wrong? Well, the answer, surprisingly, doesn't lie in what happens during the day, but in what happens right before you go to sleep. After the age of 60, our bodies are no longer as forgiving as they used to be. The healing process no longer runs automatically, it needs to be properly fueled. When you sleep, your body enters repair mode, regenerating tissues, balancing hormones, and restoring your blood vessel lining. But if you go to bed on an empty stomach, lacking the nutrients needed for those processes, your body has no raw materials to work with. And what's worse, your body begins to borrow from essential places, muscle mass, hormone reserves, even the lining of your blood vessels, just to survive the night. Imagine a construction crew being asked to repair a building. But they have no bricks, no cement. So what do? They knock down part of one wall to patch up another. That's exactly what's happening inside you every night. As a result, you wake up feeling dry, stiff, and depleted, without ever realizing that an empty stomach before bed was the true cause. I've seen many men completely transform their energy and presence. Just by giving their body exactly what it needs before bedtime, no fancy supplements, no expensive machines. Just one small, correct habit done consistently. And in the next part, I'm going to share with you a simple one-spoon formula. Something that could restore your blood flow, vitality, and masculinity from the very first few nights. If you're still watching the video at this point, thank you for sticking with me this far. I truly appreciate and value your time. Please drop a 3 in the comments so I know I'm not just talking to myself. Part 4. One spoon before bed, small but crucial for circulatory health. I've spent my entire career researching complex solutions for men's health, from advanced testing and imaging to cutting-edge medications. But interestingly, one of the most effective solutions I've ever witnessed didn't come from a hospital. It came from the kitchen. It may sound too simple, but the truth is, just one spoonful of a natural blend, made from easy-to-find ingredients, can give your circulatory system exactly the kind of fuel it needs during sleep. And I've personally seen this solution help many men regain their energy and sense of connection, something they thought was gone forever. So, what is this magic spoon? It's a mix of beetroot powder, warm water, and pure raw honey. Beetroot powder contains natural nitrates, Once inside your body, they convert into nitric oxide, a key compound that relaxes blood vessels and boosts circulation. Think of it like opening a valve that lets blood flow more freely throughout your entire body, especially to the areas that need the most heat. Warm water helps improve absorption and soothes your digestive system. And honey. Beyond its gentle sweetness, it helps regulate hormones and stabilize your blood sugar overnight, both of which are vital for deep, restorative sleep. So what are the results? After just a few nights of using this blend, many of my patients reported waking up with a warm body, fewer leg cramps, and most importantly, a renewed sense of alertness and masculine response in the morning. I don't call this a miracle because it's not some fantasy. It's simply the right nutrients at the right time, allowing your body to do what it was always meant to do, restore and regenerate. And if you're looking to enhance the benefits of this small habit even further, in the next section, I'll reveal 3 natural ingredients that are simple, accessible, and incredibly supportive of your vascular system and sleep quality. Don't miss it because this combination could take your one spoon to the next level. Part 5. The natural trio that supercharges your nighttime circulation recovery. That one spoon before bed, it's a great first step. But if you're like many of my patients, who try it out for a few days and start seeing real results, the next question is often, "Doctor, is there any way to boost this even more?" The good news, yes. And no, I'm not talking about expensive pills. What I'm about to share with you are 3 natural nutrients, easy to find, gentle on the body, but incredibly effective when combined with that bedtime beetroot spoon. First is magnesium. This often overlooked mineral plays a major role in helping blood vessels relax, calming the nervous system, and improving sleep quality. Unfortunately, most men over 60 are deficient in magnesium without even realizing it. Adding just a small amount before bed not only improves circulation, but also helps reduce leg cramps and those irritating nighttime awakenings that steal your deep sleep. Next is L-arginine, an amino acid your body uses to produce nitric oxide. When combined with the nitrates from beetroot, the vessel-dilating effect becomes even stronger. Many men have told me that just a few nights of combining these two made them feel warmer in their hands and feet, more alert in the morning, and even brought back responses they thought were long gone. And finally, we have ashwagandha, a traditional herb used for thousands of years to balance hormones, reduce stress, and promote better sleep. A warm cup of ashwagandha tea before bed not only helps you fall asleep more easily, but also supports your pituitary and adrenal glands, 2 key players in testosterone production and energy recovery during sleep. I love this trio not just for how well it works, but because it doesn't overpower the body, doesn't create dependency. It simply supports the natural healing systems already inside you. When combined with your nightly beetroot drink, you'll start to feel noticeable changes, not as some dramatic jolt, but as a gentle, steady return of strength and clarity you may not have felt in years. Now that you have these essential ingredients, the next question is, how do you turn them into a simple, pressure-free evening routine you can actually stick with? That answer is coming up next, where I'll walk you through the exact 7-night bedtime protocol that's helped so many of my patients get real results. Part 6, a simple nighttime routine that could transform your entire body. Now that you know what to give your body before bedtime, the next question is, how do you turn it into a habit that's easy to remember, easy to do, and doesn't feel like a burden every night? I've helped hundreds of men build a gentle evening routine, one that doesn't require them to drastically change their lives, but still allows them to feel clear, powerful improvements in just 1 week. Start 30 to 60 minutes before going to bed. Simply mix 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder with a cup of warm water. Then add 1 teaspoon of raw honey, stir well. Take a deep breath and sip slowly, as if you're savoring a cup of masculinity-rebuilding tea. Think of this not just as a drink, but as a signal to your body that says, tonight, we're restoring everything that got tired during the day. Well, if you're also taking L-arginine or magnesium, this is the perfect time to take them. They'll pair beautifully with the mixture to support blood flow, calm your nervous system, and activate your body's healing response while you sleep. You don't have to make it complicated. If you like, simply add a cup of warm ashwagandha tea. No ceremony needed, just allow your body to relax, turn off your phone, dim the lights. Let your body understand that it's time to wind down. You don't need perfection. All you need is a repeatable routine, night after night. And you might be surprised how positively your body reacts. In just the first 7 nights, sometimes the biggest changes don't come from massive effort. but from small, consistent steps repeated with care and patience. And when you start to feel yourself back on track, physically, emotionally, and in connection, that's the most powerful reward. Dear friend, if you've made it this far, I want to offer you my most sincere thanks. Not just for watching the video, but because you've made the choice to take ownership of your health and quality of life. Many men over 60 silently accept decline as something that just comes with age. But you're different. You chose to learn to listen to your body and to discover the truth. Changes in circulation and intimacy don't happen because you're getting old. They happen because your body needs to be renourished and properly restored. Together, we've identified the common nighttime mistake, recognized the early warning signs, learned the one-spoon solution before bed, and discovered how to enhance it with natural nutrients. And finally, you now have a simple, effective nighttime routine, one that respects your stage of life, but delivers real results. The key isn't to change your whole life, it's to start today. With one small action before bed, to reawaken the vitality your body was always capable of. If you found today's content helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, so you won't miss the upcoming videos I'll be sharing, especially for men over 60 who want to live stronger, longer, and more connected lives. Once again, thank you for staying with me until the very last minute of this video. I wish you health, confidence, and lasting energy, not just in your body, but in your mind and in the relationships that matter most to you. I'll see you in the next video.